So, one of the really odd arguments that is used to defend Israel and its moral right to obliterate Gaza and the West Bank is that it is a liberal democracy. Now, this is a kind of a rhetoric, this is an argumentation used by the establishment in order to justify and to normalize the inhumanity of an ethno state like Israel. Only that if you actually analyze it, it makes no sense. You see, a liberal democracy is something that we can empathize with because we live in a liberal democracy here in the West. Whether you're in the United States, United Kingdom, whether you're in France, Germany, you live in a liberal democracy, yes. And so this argument is used to maybe create greater sympathy, empathy for the state of Israel. Only that Israel is a modern day state that was built on the basis of creating an ethno state, and so therefore, and it's already fails the similarities. Yes, the people in this nation state of Israel may look more similar to Europeans than they do to other parts of the world. This also reinforces the fact that they're not actually truly indigenous to the Middle East, but that's another argument altogether. It's trying to create a kind of form of showcasing that Israel is actually just like you or I, in the West, talking exclusively to more powerful, groups within society, hegemonies within, within the world, which includes the Western European countries. Only that these Western countries, if they are truly liberal democracies, their liberal democracies are not based on maintaining ethno-state and ethno-supremacy, which of course Israel does. There are many laws that discriminate against Palestinians, such as the land, or for example, the rule that does not that bars Palestinians from returning to their indigenous homeland, even though it is quite a bit different for Jewish people. So it's already installed, and it's has at its base racist laws and a system. Now, an argument that is used for this is because a bit like an endangered species in a way, which is quite patronizing and quite racist towards Jewish people, that they must preserve the integrity and the Jewish people. Now, of course, if you want to make the argument, you are making an argument of Nazism, essentially. The whole reason why the Nazi state existed and is in contrast to liberal democracy is because they wanted to maintain an ethno state at the expense of everything else. And this is what Israel is. It's basically a liberal democracy in Israel is secondary to maintaining this ethno state and maintaining this kind of there's a foundation of laws in order to defend and protect the sensibilities of this particular ethno group, but not just ethno group, but the right wing Zionist aligned ethno group. They're not necessarily taking notes from the kind of non-Zionist or anti-Zionist Israelis. They're very much taking the kind of the direction from the more right wing National Socialist esque Israelis within society. So there the similarities, and furthermore, even if it was true that it's a liberal democracy, and this is the most important thing, it's a liberal democracy for this ethno state, for this particular group of people. It does not, just because it's good, obviously good for them. They've got rights and they've got freedoms, but it actually makes it worse because when you contrast it with how they, treat the people of Gaza, how they treat the people of West Bank, it's obviously not liberal democracy. It's the complete opposite, 180-degree opposition to the what we consider a liberal democracy. So actually, when we actually think about it, it's not only is it not liberal democracy, it's the opposite of liberal democracy. It's the fascist ethno state. And you see this in how they treat the Gazan people. Now, the argument could be that the Gazan people are not under you know, the responsibility of Israelis. Well, that's here we, you know, obviously the truth begs to differ. Israel has control over its borders. It maintains a siege over the Gaza and maintains controls and checkpoints over West Bank. It has complete control over the land. The Greater Israel Project includes Gaza, West Bank, and of course, you know, it wants to control the area in its entirety. So it was never a liberal democracy, and even the rights that are offered to the people only for a specific ethnic group. So therefore, it follows therefore that it's a racist ethno state akin to Nazism, but with the bells and whistles of the benefits of democracy to a certain ethno group. And so, and furthermore, that it doesn't really tell you a lot about their and the morality, the ethics of a nation group, you know, of a nation, if you know, if merely because of the fact that it's democratic. The people of Israel may be incredibly racist, and so therefore democracy is not a good idea for, you know, unless it's an educated democracy, unless it's a democracy whereby there is justice and truth, that is spread throughout the land of the people. Um, it means it's meaningless. Democracy for a group of fools is is not a meaningful way of government. What matters is not only just a democracy, but an educated democracy. And you know, obviously, uh, when you put all these arguments together, and the fact that the mainstream news is very scared to actually criticize this so-called ethno this liberal democracy. And the elephant in the room that's always there is that they do not consider Palestinians as equal. And the most important point is that, you know, Israel is based on ethno supremacy. Yeah, then you have to ask, what is the mainstream news and politicians trying to hide? And they're trying to hide their connection to money and power. Ultimately, white supremacy, Zionism, it's all there to protect money and power, but also protect narcissism of certain individuals who identify as Zionists. Anyways, there's more to be said here. Obviously, there's an emotional, you know, historical component to this, but if we care about the facts, rationalism, and we care about true empathy for people, then we also have to care about the Palestinians. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. That'd be very much appreciated. Thank you.